I'll be reacting to She Professed Herself, Pupil, the Wise Man, episode 9. I'll be watching it from Funimation's website, and I'll be watching the pretty much the version that's got the Japanese audio and the English subtitles because oddly enough, the version with the English dub, Funimation finally got around to dubbing episode 8 today, but they don't have the English dub for episode 9, so I guess I'll just go with sub for episode 9, which I don't mind. The sub is way better than the dub. But without further delay, I'll be starting my reaction in 1, 0, go. Kadokawa. So the Kadokawa, it feels like with the amount of anime they fund, they could probably, they literally fund enough anime to fund a full quarter of anime per year. I love how she's talking about policy, yet the first thing she just peek. Peek on Miri when it comes to the lower area. What the? Oh, shit. Oh, man, this series. Oh, my. I'm surprised they're actually doing that with Cleos there. She sucks at line. It's obvious she won't. I like how they actually believed her. Her completely obvious lie. Honestly, Melania is just a bundle of joy. Because any scene she's in is a damn good scene. You can't say that about certain characters, though, because sometimes when you have characters like Solomon, it's a mixed bag as to whether the scene will be good. When Solomon's there, it's like 50-50. The scene will either be really good or it will be absolute dumpster fire. There's never in between when it comes to Solomon. Because Solomon, it's either scenes involving him involve a good amount of humor, or scenes involving him involve some of the most unengaging info dumps known to man. There really isn't any between with them. Which, you know what, that's actually the calling card of the series. The series doesn't really have much way in between elements either, because this series, even though it's mostly on the side of having some bad visuals, when the series tries for maybe in some episodes, there'll be 10 seconds where the animation will look damn good and be like, oh shit, this is some nice shit. And for 10 seconds, at least I'll temporarily will forget that it's a JC staff anime. Then I'll remember again when the derpy animation comes back. That's how I would describe Solomon. He's literally his situation, the character really is remarkably similar to the situation of these series production values. I do not dislike this at all. Oh yeah, at least it seems like it's going to be a pleasant episode. I just wish they would actually animate the Pegasus in hand-drawn animation, though, because it looks like I'm staring at a soulless doll. Well, it's Solomon. It's to be expected to be attracting massive amounts of attention. Which is why earlier when they mentioned how Solomon did all of his badass shit in episode 1 when Mira was in deep sleep, that's what annoyed me in episode 1, because you have this Solomon just order people around, but we never see him do jack shit. And that's why I meant earlier when I was reacting to the first episode of the series, it'd be nice to have the very least seen him get involved in some action, so that when he's making out these orders, not only can we see that he's a man that leads, but he is also a man that can get shit done on screen, so that it being influenced up that he got shit done off screen. Oh, okay. I like that. I love that cat with the sign. Is she really surprised? I mean, she's essentially become the errand girl of the series. I gotta feel bad for that. He loves shit. And so it'd been nice to actually see the Pegasus actually kick it, though, so that the event would have been like a much more intense. Instead of what the way this series handles it being like, oh yeah, this fucking happened. This potentially funny, hilarious shit happened that we're not going to show off because we're too lazy to animate it. At least that's the vibe that scene gave off. Which, again, it's not an issue with the writing. It's more of an issue with the animation direction of the series. I do like how it's portraying the passage of time. Okay, that's actually a good gag. That's the thing about this series. There are things I simultaneously like and dislike with this series. Like one moment, it could be drab exposition dumps. The next moment, it could be some nice whole-time comedy. You never know what you're getting with this series. It's the master of inconsistency. Well, someone's really fucking... Whoa, damn! I'm beside eyes of the one with the super quick feats itself. A warrior type. I'm sure she's probably going to get things done eventually, though. Ah, that's a shame. But I'm assuming they weren't happy anymore when they realized the strength of these monsters. Yup. That usually happens in these type of anime. We're like, oh yeah, we're hyped. And then they get overwhelmed. This is really common in isekai anime. Hell, this sort of happened in the isekai anime. Oh, Faraway Paladin. This kind of happened in that series too, when you have the main party in that series being super confident until they encountered really powerful enemies that should force one of its main characters, William, to utilize his forbidden blade. Kind of reminds me of that situation in that series. And for those that are curious, yeah, that anime, I believe, did her last season. And that was pretty enjoyable. Yo, that chick got fucked down. Ah, I feel bad for her. Oh, shit. But it's Mira, though. I'd be surprised if she couldn't heal that chick. What, is there some kind of curse in her body preventing her from being healed? Huh. So I'm assuming they might have been attacked by a player-controlled character then. Because he says something like that is not supposed to exist. The only thing I can imagine it being artificially made by a player-controlled character anyway. Wait, she can even summon heroes. You know what? I shouldn't be surprised anymore. I mean, it feels like she can fucking summon anything for like any scenario. She needs someone to fight, summon. She needs someone to sing, summon. She needs someone to translate. She can just summon. I'm like, yo, she can like do all these fucking summons yet she can't find something that can summon her to go to like her original old man form. I just love the fucking irony there. And it's true and utter irony, if you ask me. I'm assuming she's probably going to get her eye back, maybe. Well, you know what? As long as she's recovered, that's what matters the most at the end of the day. Hey, when it comes to Mira, just never question what's going on and just accept that something crazy happened. But you know what? At least it's better than nothing, though. And I do like this because at the very least, it actually does put a cap on Mira's abilities at the very least. Even though, yeah, she's still absolutely fucking broken, at least it limits the amount of brokenness that she's got. Quite perceptive. And I like how it harkens back to like the episode with Hinata where she did mention a lot of people don't have respect for evocation magic or summoning. So what Mira said actually has a little bit more weight because of some of the previous episodes. Oh, hold on a minute, OG. Oh, okay, so that explains the title of the episode. Okay, when it was far away, the dude's face. Oh, it looked a bit dumpy, but at least close up, it looks decent, somewhat decent. Yeah. Once they see her in action, they're gonna be feeling like fools for having any doubts in Mira in like the first place. Because role number one in the series, never have any fucking doubt on what Mira can do. Okay, this guy's one of the wise ones. Oh no, he's gonna be in for a fucking shocker when he sees our girl in action. Hey, I like this. She gives these common folks a chance of succeeding, but these folks still have to do something. And then, like, Mira's just gonna give them victory in their lap. She's gonna increase their chances of victories. I like this. Of course they can trust her. I mean, for Pete's sake, she healed someone. Well, not completely, but to a significant degree. And then she did that grandiose summon. I mean, what more could they want from her at this point when it comes to proof of her capabilities? I even like how when it comes to this, when it comes to Mira, I love how now she's really enjoying the fact that all these NPCs actually have a willpower of their own, because we never really got to hear her stance on how she felt about NPCs having their own thoughts, emotions, and things like that. So, I mean, I guess we kind of did get that in the previous episode, but that was just someone that she was close with. We didn't really get to see her stance when it comes to like the stance of more common folk that didn't necessarily have a relation with her. So this is actually some nice character development from Mira. She is way more than fucking capable. If anything, She probably could take on the whole opposition by herself, but it'd obviously be. I like how whenever it comes to like these big ass threats, she looks at him as fucking small, bro. That's fucking adorable. If these apes are smart, they would run the fuck away. Well, I mean, I guess they're not that smart. Well, just let them suffer the consequences. You know, I gotta admit, that one that's pretty fucking beastly is able to hold the fort that much against attacks that actually look pretty vicious. Yeah, they could have worked on the CGI a little bit more. But at least the CGI for her knight actually does look good, though. I mean, I wouldn't say good. It looks semi-competent. Hooray! Still shots for fights. This is awesome. This is what I watch anime for. What is that? So instead of showing motion, it just has two white lines? I do like the sound effects, though. Kind of sounds like a Star Wars sound effect. Like, that's probably the only thing I can give some compliments on to the action scene. The sound effects sound good. That episode hasn't even been subtitled yet. I haven't been able to react to it because it's just raw. There's no way I can react to that to OG yet. Yo, it just picked him the fuck out. Yeah, oh my. Look at this action! Oh man. Like, I know it's trying to get us to take this shit seriously, the animation stuff, but it's just hard to. And that's the issue with this series. Like, this series is nice when it just focuses on. And they just skip through the. Oh. So you skip through most of the fighting. And it skipped through most of these people actually having success. That's great. Great job, animators. Y'all worked really fucking hard. No. The opposite. You know, this episode actually had a good thing going for it until it got to all these action sequences. Okay, if the blades are going to be stabbing the dude's feet, at the very least, let there be blood splattering out at the very least. Oh, okay, I mean, some blood spats. I guess that's cool. I like how the blood doesn't even look like blood. It looks like fucking veins. That's artificial as hell. Looks like some badly done CGI rendering was utilized on the blood there. Honestly, I mean, it's cool that they achieved this, but most of the fighting happened off screen and most of it was just still shots. And even when they had some animation, it looked like a dog shit. And a damn shame, too, because all the bits in this episode that didn't involve action were actually good. The thing is, though, considering this episode was hyping the fuck out of its action. I like this, how this gives the rationale for why Mira took the actions that she took. But here's the thing about this episode, though. Considering they were just building up to these action sequences, it kind of kills this episode for me because it's like... Because unlike the last episode, was mostly just a nice character piece with comedy, this episode was action-oriented, and like just all the other action-oriented episodes in the series, it utterly failed again. Which is a damn shame because everything not involving the action sequences, save for Solomon being an exposition dumping machine again, were pretty pleasant. Well, it could be a player that's just absolutely bored out of his mind trying to cause absolute chaos. I would be thinking that'd be one of the possibilities. Kind of hope that she didn't take this detour in the first place, though, because if they're gonna just animate the action sequences so fucking terribly, they could have probably just skipped these fucking events, and this series wouldn't have really lost anything from just skipping her fucking detour. I'm just saying. Oh. Okay. At the very hopefully this can lead Mira closer to her. Yep, definitely has to be her target. I gotta admit, I actually like these characters, and it's just a shame that when you have these characters talk, their mouths don't even move up and down. They just stay fucking open, then close, then open. What is this shit? So they can't even properly animate mouth flaps now? Okay, I mean, I understand not having competent enough animators to animate action set pieces, but come on. If you're gonna fuck up the action sequences, at least animate characters. Like when the characters talk, at least animate it when they fucking talk, for fuck's sake. Oh, that's fucking sweet. And that's nice too because it shows you how considerate Mira is. What the fuck? Yo, that would have sounded creepy. I'm assuming by elimination with the way they're talking and considering they mean fertilizer, I'm gonna venture the guess they meant Mira's poo. Which yo, I've been nasty as shit. Oh. Yo, that's creepy as shit. Oh man, okay, gotta admit, that's actually some good totally humor there. All right, I gotta admit that was your last great bit of the episode. Hell no, I'm not excited for episode 10 of this series. Because overall, this series has only had maybe what? 2 good episodes. Which was the previous episode, which was good, and the one before that, which was decent. So out of 9 episodes, this series has had 7 episodes that have been bad, 2 of them that have been good. So I'm not excited for episode 10. I'm just watching this series to say that I finished watching it, and that's it. I'm not watching this series because I enjoy it. Because at this point, even if the series were to have nothing but good episodes back to back, let's just say episodes numbers, because how many episodes is this series set for? I think it's 12. I think this series is set for 12 episodes. So let's just say this series has 10, 11, and 12 being good. That would only mean 5 out of 12 episodes would have been good. And that's if it lands its last few episodes properly. If it doesn't, then yeah, that ain't gonna be a good sign for the series. But yeah, honestly, not excited, and I don't expect jack shit from the next episode at all. And if I had to rate this one on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being abysmal, 5 being average, 10 being exceptional, I'm going to give it a 4.75 out of 10. And there's nothing after the credits. Because here's the thing. Everything involving Solomon, it wasn't entertaining. I'm like, why should I give a shit about this dude? He's just a guy that gives missions, and that's it. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Everything involving him, except for those bits where he's maybe got some comedic bits here and there. mostly everything involving him is kind of drab and boring, unfortunately. And here's the thing, too. This episode could have been saved if they would have just made the action set pieces look good. Because that was really what this episode was building up towards. Building up towards the fact that you have this group of people that are going to try to become capable of fending for themselves against these creatures. I'm like, okay, that's potentially exciting. But like everything involving action in the series, they completely botch it up because how can I get engaged about seeing these random folk fending for themselves, and most of the action's done in still shots, bad CGI, and when there's animation, it looks like fucking dog shit. It's like there's really not much worthy of getting excited for when it comes to this episode. And the damning thing about this episode too, it's like literally our girl says, "Oh yeah, this is a detour," and then afterwards she immediately goes to the spot where she needs to go to, which makes me wonder why couldn't if this episode had the bad quality animes that it had, then why couldn't they have just skipped all this fucking bullshit and just have her go to their fucking destination and that's it, you know? They could have just had that. I'm not saying that this episode wasn't replaying with anything good. I thought the dirty humor in the episode actually worked to its advantage. Don't get me wrong. I thought some of the dirty humor was good at the end of the episode. And again, I did like this bit in the episode where Mira's like, she wishes more people had more respect for summoners. Like, I love bits like that. It makes the episode actually pretty sweet in some instances, but the downside of this episode unfortunately outweigh the positives of this episode. And that's why if I had to rate the episode on, like, say, a scale of 1 to 10, I got to give it a 4.75 out of 10 because it wasn't just the lack of animation that was a killer towards this episode. It was the boring bits of Solomon, the action set pieces being unengaging. I mean, there really wasn't much going for the episode overall. And yeah, these are pretty much my thoughts on the episode. I hope the next one improves because, whoo, boy, this series just feels like I can get it. No, this series is absolutely fucking lazy in almost everything it does. I can only fucking hope to see some improvements in the next few episodes, but I'm not going to hold out much hope for that, though, because I've learned that when it comes to this series, it's better just to keep my expectations low. But holy shit, even with my expectations low, this series still finds a way of disappointing me, though. That's the unfortunate thing about this series sometimes. But yeah, these are my thoughts on the episode, y'all. I would really love to hear your thoughts on how I feel about my reaction or the episode itself in the comment section below. Hope y'all rate the video, share it, comment, or subscribe, and I'll see y'all later if you come back for more. But anyways, y'all, thank you, Nanoru, for commenting. Thank you, everyone else, for watching my video, and I hope you have a fun, great, safe, and fantastic day, y'all. Bye-bye.